I couldn't do this myself because I only learned about this possibility recently. Can you work in logistics without studying logistics? If you haven't watched my previous video, I recommend watching that first. Over the past few days, I've been talking to people who studied logistics and people who are already working in the field, both through social media and real life. And I came across something that I think is worth sharing. Not everyone working in logistics has studied a logistics course. I know people who completed a degree, people who completed ITI, and even people who finished higher secondary education who are now working in the logistics field. I also know many people who actually studied logistics and are now working in the field. So I'm not saying that a logistics course is useless, but I'm also not saying that you have to study logistics before you can enter the field. And that is something I wish I had known earlier. If you're thinking about studying logistics, there is something you can try before spending money on a course. I couldn't do this myself because I only learned about this possibility recently. Start by looking at actual logistics job vacancies on websites like Indeed. Look at the qualifications companies are asking for. And don't only look for jobs that specifically mention a logistics qualification. Check whether companies are accepting people with other educational backgrounds. You may find that some positions are open to people who have a degree, ITI, high secondary education, or other relevant qualifications. If you can get a job first, you will get a much better idea of what logistics is actually like. You will experience the work, you will understand the responsibilities, and you will find out whether you actually want to continue in this field, because honestly, the reality of the job can be very different from what you imagined before entering the industry. As I mentioned in my previous video, starting salaries in some entry-level logistics positions can be relatively low. The work can also be physically demanding, and the beginning of your career may involve some struggle. And these are things you should understand before spending a lot of money on a course. I talked more about the salary reality, course fees, placement assistance, and the other challenges in my previous video, so you can watch that if you haven't already. Now, if you get into the field and later decide that you want to continue your studies, you can always do that. There are many online courses available today, so you can work and study at the same time. And at the point, you'll have much better idea of what you actually want to learn. You'll also be able to connect what you're studying with the work you're actually doing. But there is no guarantee that working in logistics will automatically lead to a great career. You still have to gain experience, develop skills, find better opportunities, and decide whether this field is actually right for you. That's why I think it's worth exploring the job market before spending your money on a course. Look at the jobs, look at the qualifications, look at the salaries, understand the type of work, and talk to people who are already working in the field. Some people are happy with their logistics career, others are already looking for better opportunities or thinking about moving into something else. So don't make your decision based only on what an institute tells you, and don't make your decision based only on what I tell you either. Do your own research, find out what the reality looks like for you. Because something the best way to understand a career is not by studying at first. It's by experiencing it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.